We're pulled in all directions at once by kids, work, and aging parents. We're part of the sandwich generation, caught up in the swirl of the family dance.
He said he was doing it for these guys, so.
On this family dance, 2 stories.
Now this is gonna make me cry.
I get like worn out watching all this.
We're on like 10 minutes.
Okay, it is swimming time!
Mine's in this bag or no?
My name is Andrea White. My husband Arnold and I have 2 young sons.
It's your favorite color.
After years of living with a heartfelt problem, Arnold is now waiting for open heart surgery.
He's fatigued, shortness of breath, not able to walk the dogs. Workload's been really tough to manage. Started seeing a surgeon probably about a year ago. Had it diagnosed that he would need surgery, so we've been anxiously waiting each week.
Thank you, God, for providing this meal for us, and thank you, God, for the time today at the swimming pool and the family.
Thank you, God, for this meal. I hope I don't pee my pants.
Okay.
You got a broken heart.
What do you say?
During surgery, the doctor will have to make the decision whether to replace the valve in Arnold's heart or to repair it completely. With the replacement valve, which is mechanical, there's a risk of stroke, and he'll be on blood thinner for the remainder of his life. If they repair, it's blood thinners for a limited amount of time. You don't have a foreign object in your body, so we're keeping our fingers crossed.
That's my heart. I see Jennifer Lopez right in there.
You're so sick.
Jennifer Lopez is right there.
It's Marianne from Toronto calling. I need to know what time the court time when it's actually happening. And
my name's Marianne Hogan Wilson, and because of a stroke my dad suffered 18 months ago, I've found myself entangled in a legal nightmare.
Call me back, please. I'm away at work today. My dad had his own manufacturing business in Detroit. He did really, really well. I mean, this is a guy who, finished grade 8, 6 or 7 years ago now. He and his wife divided up my dad's assets, and Dad's trust would kick in if Dad either died or was declared incapacitated or took himself off the trust. Those were the 3 conditions. So with my dad's stroke, of course, he's incapacitated. But now because he's incapacitated, he doesn't remember making the trust. So we're struggling with his second wife over its control. And to make matters worse, his wife's refusing us access to see him. My dad lives in Detroit, so all these legal issues are in Detroit, so that's a lot of traveling. I think this thing with my dad has made me feel squeezed. Up until then, I've just felt, life's really good. Of course, your parents are going to have health issues. That's just the way it is. But this legal fight, it's so draining. I was a stay-at-home mom for 12 years, but now I work 3 days a week as a retail sales rep for BIC. Yeah, like see this right here? So we could put the clip strip of that and it would look good. The company is phenomenal. The flexibility is wonderful in that I can flip my days around as long as I make my calls. I mean, when my dad first took sick 2 years ago, I just called and said, my dad's had a cerebral hemorrhage. He's in Florida. And they said, goodbye, go. And they've been extremely understanding of it. The nice thing about part-time work for me is that I'm able to do the stuff I have to do in my life, like take care of my dad's trust and the kids and all that kind of stuff, and any sort of volunteer work that I might do. So it's 3 days a week. So next week I'll work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and on Monday, that leaves Monday free for me to drive to Detroit and meet with the lawyer in the afternoon. The big issue for my dad's trust is that the trust is handled the way my dad wanted it handled. And that was that he wanted his 3 children in charge of it. We're not going to do anything wrong with it, that it's his money, and that we just want to do what he did every year, which was a Christmas gift to us, manage his finances responsibly, and see that he lives well and happily.
So what size pieces, Austin? Big ones?
Mommy,
The birds probably like the seeds, right?
No, they don't.
Austin wants to put out something to feed animals, right?
Yeah.
Arnold and I, we work for a seniors agency that provides home support services for seniors. So that's a pressure cooker career in itself. You know, we deal with, you know, with crisis issues, with seniors who are in need every day. So yeah, so that's a pressure cooker, and then we've got parents, and now they're in a tight situation. My father had a quadruple bypass last year, and then it was home for just about 3 weeks, and then had a massive stroke. There you go. There you go. What do you think? Is that how you thought?
Oh, baby!
Well, the birds are Arnold's passion, and this has been a passion of his for probably the last 15 years. When I first met Arnold, when we were dating, he had an apartment, and he said to me, you know, I want to show you something, and he opened this secretive other room, and it was wall-to-wall cages of canaries, something similar to what we have downstairs. And I just thought, holy cow, this guy's off his tree. People think we're nuts. You know, it's just one more thing on top of, but I think for us, it's something that, it's a hobby, so it relaxes us, so it's part of our stress reduction. I hear someone screaming for me outside. Aaron, please stop with the snowballs. You know, Arnold and I's lives are really intertwined. You know, the birds, the dogs, the children, the work, like it's not even like we're separated in really any portion of our lives. So I think to make this happen, well, he's out of commission. It's gonna take some doing.
I'm driving out to Caledonia to see my mom. It's about an hour and 15 minutes away. The situation with my dad has made it difficult to see her as much as I'd like to. That's the real crux thing for me, is like, there's my mom who was like by our side from day one, never wavered, raised the 3 of us. Like, you know, my mom and my sister and I shared 1 bedroom in Hamilton, and my brother had the other one. We lived in a little 2-bedroom apartment. And, you know, we had such a good time. My mom will be 78 this Monday coming. She has an enlarged heart, and her lungs aren't as elastic as they should be, so her lung capacity is not that great. And when you have trouble breathing, then that's hard on your heart too, so it's like a double whammy for her. She has high blood pressure. When she gets sick with a cold or something, then she gets asthma. But those are real health concerns.
Maybe a couple of minutes. Oh, gosh, hi. Hi. I was worried. Sick.
The traffic was,
That's Marianne up there, and her Hamilton and Kelly and Lacey, and that's Terry and Jimmy, and their children. This is my pride and joy, you know. Marianne, I'm gonna have to use this nitro, I think. Do you mind if I use it? I got a little pain in my chest.
a little excited? Yeah, no, I don't mind, Mom. Of course.
Well, no,
Do you just put it under your tongue and then you're set? Just one?
Yeah, no, we... Under the tongue. Talk about being awkward. No, I'm all right.
You feel it working right away?
Yeah, it's pretty good. 5 minutes, and I gotta do it again.
Here, I'll time it. Want some, Lou? Free drugs?
Arnold's having open heart surgery, so we just found out yesterday that we have to be at the hospital at 5:40 in the morning, which is absolutely outrageous for us to get there at that time. This is a date we've been waiting for, so we've been anxiously waiting each week, and we finally heard this Wednesday, so we're just trying to kind of get it together, and it's happening, and let's deal with it, and, you know, get our schedules going, so.
Just be careful that when you swing your leg, it doesn't show. What a good love it is.
Jennifer Lopez will be all excited.
Okay, here.
One excited, Jennifer Lopez.
I tell you, he's cracking me up.
Even though he may try and sneak it, I
Good
will
luck,
take it.
okay?
Thank you, Helen.
The glasses in the picture, okay?
To the second floor, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will. Thanks so much.
You're
okay?
welcome.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Good luck.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks so much, Helen. We've just gone in to see Arnold. Surgery went extremely fast. I know they had told me this morning that Dr. David had very quick fingers, but I don't think we expected this quick. But I think because it was a repair, we didn't get a replacement, which was like a big yahoo when they came down, right? So I think that really sped things along, and he looks really good. They're gonna wake him up a little bit once his temperature's up, get him breathing on his own, and then hopefully it'll be uphill from there. So yeah, we're feeling pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, you know.
Relief.
So yeah, he said he was doing it for these guys, so. And now this is gonna make me cry.
I know.
Yeah.
But everything is a good ending, you know, this is the main point, yeah.
Yeah.
Today's hockey day, and Kelly and Elise both play hockey for the Eastside Girls League. And it's Kelly's 4th year of hockey and Lacey's 1st year. Because you know, they don't want to be around you very much once they grow up. See, now they do. But they get older, they don't want to hang out with you. So these are really precious years. So, and it's fun. And it keeps you really young, I think, is just hanging out with kids.
It's really short.
Keeps you short. Watch this. Stand up. It's great. Come on, Kel. Good one. Okay, pass it. Beauty. Oh, nice. Right then. Woo! Oh, there it is. Yes, shoot. Oh, God, Kel, get it. Oh, almost. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. I get like worn out watching all this. I think she's watched Kelly for the last few years, so she thought, I'll play hockey too. And now what you think, and when you actually get out there and try and do something, it's a little harder. So hence the, I hate hockey and I never want to play again. It's like, you know, how many hundreds of dollars later? What? You gonna have fun? You gonna try? So I think she's feeling under the gun here. I'll tell you what, Lisa, I promise, I'll play in a parents' game. You're not supposed to laugh quite that hard. Okay? You stick with this, I promise I'll play. All right? Woo! Get it, Lisa. Yeah, get it, honey. Shoot it up. All right, Lisa. Ooh. Get. Oh, Lisa, get it, honey. Yes. Oh, she touched the puck. See? All right, Lisa. Woo! Oh, yes. Look at twice now. I read that, or saw these women are talking about they play hockey and they never played before, and what they really like is having all the equipment on and being able to fall down and not hurt themselves.
Yeah, you're really gonna need that.
You're really cruel.
No, I'm not. I'm just telling you.
What about my self-esteem? None, mother.
On top of everything else, I commute an hour and a half each way to work every day. We're at St. Clair West Services for Seniors, which is my place of work. The last
week and a half of work has been extremely stressful. I guess being off for the time during Arnold's surgery and the days I took off while he was in hospital, and I took some time off when he first came home, has all caught up with me now. And so I've had some very late nights this week. On your case, okay? Just one moment. Line 3, and it's Mr. Halley. I'm assuming it's Belisa. I can't think who else that I... Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, remember how we discussed that I wasn't gonna work Saturdays. I feel, you know what I mean? I think I need to be there just to support you. You know what I mean? Because it's really too early to tell when Arnold will even be back. I'm at work, so I'm just waiting. We're not gonna be more than like another 15 minutes, Dad, okay? We're not starving to death or anything, right? Even though Linda says you are? Wait, okay? All right, Dad.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Go. Come on, Grandpa's gonna be very uptight.
Aaron and Austin, what's the rules for a granny and grandpa's?
No jumping on Grandpa.
Right, thank you.
I will jump on Grandpa.
No jumping on Grandpa, and we just gotta...
I will jump on Grandpa.
Let's try and keep it down a tone, okay? What? This is like horrendously late for my father.
I don't like this.
You guys be quiet, because I'm gonna try and call Granny and Grandpa for a minute. It died.
Oh. They're here!
Been really worried about you.
I got hugs from Granny. That stupid car.
Where's the bus?
Grandpa is upset because we're late, okay? Let's try and calm down. Okay, please, okay? Aaron, you're gonna have a big time out in a minute.
Aaron, please don't tell me anymore. I'll have a nightmare.
Uh-oh.
And Granny won't be able to sleep.
My dad's only going to a day program 1 day a week, and I know my mom's really finding that stressful and having him home 6 days a week. If you ask my mom, there's days where she's going like, I can't do this, and nor do I want to do this anymore. And it's made all the more difficult because the government has cut the home care support drastically. My parents were an enormous part of my kids' lives until my dad had the heart attack and then had the stroke. They would come up at least 2 or 3 times a week. They used to look after them.
Down!
Don't knock it down, Austin. Uh-oh, look at Grandpa. Look at Grandpa's face. Uh-oh, look at Grandpa. Yeah, you're gonna have time out.
No.
I think so. Oh, boy, you guys.
No, it's exciting and scary at the same time. You're thinking, oh my God, now we're in the States. And I always have a major sense of relief once we cross the border and we're back in Canada. We went to Detroit and we met with another lawyer who seems very bright and with it, and we're hoping that we can tighten up a bit of the language that we're currently having to work with as trustees. We're right at the freeway. We drove by my dad's house, which was kind of sad, but we didn't want to go in because we're afraid that we'll get hit with a restraining order, and that's the last thing we need. I guess I hope that at some point we'd be able to get over there and see him without the animosity that's there right now.
Well, we're on our way home.
Yay. Yeah, Canada. 20 to 8. It's been a long day. We've still got a few more hours to go. At least a horsey thing. Now we do the horsey thing here. We're working towards a settlement, but it really hurts not to be allowed to see my dad. And not even to know how he's doing physically, you know, if there's any kind of, you know, physical problems that he might be facing. We don't even know really what his state of health is, other than to hear from the banker, oh yeah, I had lunch with your dad, and you know, he didn't know me, but he was very congenial, he seemed good. I mean, that's not the same as seeing your parent for yourself. And what's difficult is because it's an adult person,
there really, at least my understanding is there really aren't any laws that you can sort of invoke to say, you know, I want visitation rights with my father. He's a grown adult, and even if he has been declared incapacitated, the courts allow a certain amount of choice. So if he stands there and says, I don't want to see my kids, you know, we've even asked to have a social worker, but we've just sort of been stonewalled on that. And it really makes me appreciate my mother. And, you know, the hard work that she did. And, I mean, I always knew she was wonderful, but now I know how really wonderful she is when you meet up with somebody that's giving you a hard time.
He's way down.
Okay, Mr. Leno, come on in.
How you doing, Mr. Joyner?
I'm good.
It's now been 9 weeks since Arnold's surgery. Arnold still hasn't returned to work and is concerned about the pain he's still experiencing, so we're going to see the cardiologist today.
I want to be well enough to join the Maple Leafs next year.
All right.
Make sure they go a little bit further.
The symptoms you're describing really sound like the usual muscular, bony pains that happen after this kind of surgery, yes. By 3 months that they will be much better. You know, things should gradually improve.
Good.
Okay?
Thanks, Dr. Turner.
Good.
Just realizing we're off schedule. How am I going to roast red peppers and make, banana chocolate chip muffins for tomorrow morning for 48 kids and finish my laundry? Didn't get up early enough this morning, that's why I made my big mistake. Hi, sweetheart. You guys? Okay, let's make dinner. It's late.
Yeah, no, I admire her for what she's doing right now, and I'm very thankful that she's actually being able to pull as much as she's pulling for us right now.
It's the pull between 1,000 different things. You know, mothering and being there for mom and dad, who I said have always been there for me. Being a good career woman, you know, doing the right moves for my family. And it's just a constant pull. Just a constant pull. And not a lot of downtime. Yeah, let's eat.
Ow!